my gosh, it's cold today. So, you've probably already noticed, this isn't Shadowheart. So, I'm bringing Will today because some of the stuff we're doing today, maybe the next couple of streams, depending on how long it takes me to do everything, will involve Will. I just went ahead and added him between streams so I could level him up and everything. My only regret to adding him between streams is ever since I put him in the party, him and Astarion have just been snarking at each other non-stop. It's actually really funny. There's not a lot of cutscenes between characters. The only ways you get an idea of how characters feel about each other is through party banter or cutscene interactions based on other parts of the story. And I know from a couple of playthroughs that Will and Astarion don't particularly like each other, and there has been so much snarking.
That's curious.
Anyway, Will's a warlock. Warlocks have a couple of subclasses. For Will, I picked Pact of the Blade. It's one that lets you bind your weapon to yourself so you can't drop it, and also lets you use your charisma modifier instead of your strength or dexterity. I also gave Will the spear from the druid camp because it was better than his rapier.
Me too. Keep an eye out for any passing vagrants.
I'm afraid you'll have to content yourself with vagrant chickens.
Like, non-stop since I put them together.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
Beast reeks of brimstone and offal. Every breath is thick with blood. You hear what comes next before you see. The sharp snapping of bones, and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate.
Oh no, I failed an Arcana check. The Arcana check will tell you that the beast is turning into a gnoll. Apparently, gnolls are born from dead or dying hyenas. I'm going to attack it.
You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. Whatever horrific creature was growing inside the hyena dies along with her.
Don't worry, there are more. So, one of them, this hyena, is still up and will go up the hill to get the adult gnolls. And in a couple of turns, if you don't kill them, all these bloated hyenas will turn into newborn gnolls. So let's start with you.
This way.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Hmm.
No time for mercy.
Fleet of foot.
I am fury. I am death.
I don't know if you can kill it with your crossbow, but let's try. Lae'zel, how could you do this?
Keep them guessing. Sounds like fun.
Never seen that before.
This plane finds new and exciting ways to disgust me.
This place reeks of blood. Let's go. Before more join us.
Oh, but Astarion, don't you want to fight more monsters? The first time I ever did this battle, it actually went incredibly poorly for me. Because I didn't know about the gnolls and everything turned on me. It was bad. Shipment orders. Deliver the chest to me unopened. Read the first sentence again. Open it, and I will know. Because you will be dead. This is not a threat. This is what will happen if you open the chest. There is no chest around here. I think you can talk to
Careful, I'm behind.
this body?
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
So, what happened here?
Gnolls. Tearing. Biting.
What were you carrying?
Wizard's shipment. Chest.
What happened to the chest?
Rugan. Protected it. Took it. North.
Who's Rugen?
Son of
And who is NF?
Boss. Baldur's Gate. The Guild.
Out of
Spell's power
questions.
wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
I know I have a level up on Astarion and Lae'zel. I'm just gonna wait until I have a level up on everybody. Because it makes it faster. I think there's a bunch of food over here in this crashed wagon. Yeah, a bunch of squash and stuff. Alright. I am still going to go up this little ridge and fight the other gnolls because I want the experience. But I do prefer when they're not dragged down into where all the hyenas are. They're gonna see me. Let's go the other way around. This place is an absolute mess. Oh my gosh, booze! Oh yeah, I can get much closer from this side.
Quietly now.
Astarion! Oh, I've been spotted! I guess somebody looked up.
Do it.
Truly unfortunate. No. Alright, Do we drop a vicious offer? Let's go.
Behold, a most noisy cup.
Fair warning, I'm actually not great at using Will. I don't entirely blame Will. I think I'm just bad at using warlocks, honestly.
Swift and lethal.
Because I think Will's half-casters... Oh, that's annoying. Where they're supposed to be kind of spellcasty, kind of melee. I'm really only good at doing like one or the other.
What now?
Of course, I'm playing a bard this time around, which means I make bad decisions.
Thou goblin goo gobbler.
Because I think bards are half-casters too. Where is it? There it is.
Taste my fury.
Nice! I think it was just a delayed animation, but it really looked like that knoll just like kept shooting at nothing.
No choice but to keep going.
Getting the critical hits today.
Time to strike.
Said immediately before a miss.
In my best interest.
Lae'zel really was a lot farther away than I thought she was.
This is my time. Coming through.
I don't know if Will's gonna be able to see around the corner. Oh, he can. Doesn't matter, he missed anyway. The other reason I like to attack the gnolls is that they have hyena ears, which are used to make potions of speed, which are super handy potions. Oh, need to distribute the health potions a little bit. Give him... yeah. There we go.
No time to rest.
And now the whole party has a level up to use. Oh, I get a new spell. What do I want? The other thing about bards is they're controllers, so they have a lot of spells that are meant to, like, control the battlefield as opposed to do damage. I feel like she needs some more damagey stuff though, so we'll take this one. Oh, finally! Fighters, barbarians, paladins all get a level up bonus where they can attack twice in one turn, and Lae'zel's finally at the level she can do that. I always forget she doesn't have it so low level, and I have been trying to attack twice forever. The distant hyena laughing is really creepy with headphones on. Oh, I've had really good luck with this spell in other playthroughs. And then when a warlock deepens their pact, they get either like an extra spell. Let's do this one. Or sometimes some extra bonuses. And let's actually
Pride of the gate.
cast mage armor too. Can't have armor equipped. I have no idea what armor Will has equipped. Oh, light armor. Well, that's fine. We'll find him some better.
Stop me yet.
And off we go. I thought... There we go. I'm like, I thought there was another human body around here somewhere. What's this? Oh, I feel like this is a letter about not taking in refugees or people from Elturel. I'm not certain. I didn't read it that closely. Well, there's footprints and blood and a smoking knoll up this way. I'm gonna sneak up this way, because there's something I want to show, and I don't always manage to do it right.
That's the symbol of the Absolute, marked in blood.
So if this knoll drawing, if you can get right up to her and then let yourself be seen.
Shock of psychic pain, the pack leader's mind clamps onto yours. You see yourself through her eyes, a pulsing red cluster of organs. Feast. No. The voice has forbidden this meat. Gnolls see your whole world as a meal. This voice is acting as a leash, but it won't hold them for long.
Here we go. Let's search for the source.
A memory. The beast daubs the symbol of the Absolute on a cave wall in blood. Buried deep, a tadpole struggles to assert control against the ravenous chaos of her mind.
So this...
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
This knoll has a tadpole. This option will send her to attack the people in the cave. This option will have her help you in the fight against all the gnolls here. I'm going to quick save because this fight's actually really difficult sometimes. And it's super helpful to have one of them on your side.
Sensing your presence, the gnoll's tadpole writhes in ecstasy, echoing your command. Its host will feast on gnoll flesh to control the hunger, to keep her teeth from your throat. A shadow swims across your vision, and a familiar voice tells you to be calm. You are loved.
That little bit of extra dialogue is the other reason I don't typically use the tadpole powers on my playthroughs. They get more and more disturbing the more you use the powers. Astarion, why don't you come over here and see if you can stay hidden?
See me?
Well, he had to think an awful long time before throwing a firing bottle at nothing. I don't think that Gnoll noticed Astarion standing right there. Should we try out the new spell? It only does 1 to 6 damage. But let's give it a go. Man, they really want to melt Lae'zel. Alright, Lae'zel.
My enemies.
Oh, that was Will. I'm not used to Will having such high initiative. Oh, I forgot. If you have your packed weapon bound, you can attack twice with it. There we go. Get Lae'zel out of the corner. Just gonna... It's fine, it's worth it. I don't want to waste an attack on that little bit of HP you have left right now. Because I rather thought that would happen. I think my newest spell does damage over time.
Thick as a glob of unguent.
That particular vicious mockery just sounded unpleasant.
No time to waste.
Oh, I have an extra burst of Eldritch Blast now too. That's also great. Getting all the bonus attacks this stream. Well, that went surprisingly well.
Her mind a hungry pit. The flesh of her pack wasn't enough to satisfy her.
You can actually make this gnoll kill herself. It is a very hard check, though. I would prefer to fight her on my own.
These boots have seen everything.
Pipe down! Thine eyes pools of tepid piss.
I'm actually pretty sure that getting her to kill herself is 2 wisdom checks instead of 1. Like, you've got to try real hard.
Battle favors the fearless.
I could have also let her leave, I suppose. But then I wouldn't get experience. Oh! Perhaps I should have let her leave.
I'm talking.
That must have hurt.
I'm ready.
I will ascend.
Oh, I forgot she won't have any attacks because she was down. Let's action surge to give her her points back because I think we might be able to kill it. Lae'zel. Lae'zel, now is not the time to miss. Will, now is not the time to miss. Well, this is a bonus action.
Today you fall.
Let's give that a shot. There we go.
Sight in that corpse. You should.
By the gods, you're a sweet sight.
Are any of my crew still alive out there?
Nope.
This whole journey's been one grim sight after another. Gnolls, goblins, drow.
Risen Road's more dangerous than ever. You're the first friendly face we've seen since Eltergard.
Ooh, Eltergard's a long way from here. Where are you heading?
We're bound for Baldur's Gate. Got some cargo to deliver. But we've a stop to make along the way.
Maybe I should come. See you don't get waylaid again.
Thanks, but that won't be necessary. We'll find help at Joaquin's Rest. Listen, you look like you know how to handle yourself.
Yes.
You should meet my associates. We've got our own drinking spot by the tavern. Invitation only. Tell the fellow on the door. Little Serpent, Long Shadow. He'll take good care of you.
So, you can steal or persuade you into giving them their shipment, but I think the reward is better if you just save them and let them take the shipment back to where they want to take it. By the way, it is possible for these two to join the fight if you trigger it from inside the cave, and if they die, you can still complete the missing shipment quest. You just have to pick the shipment up and return it to Joaquin's Rest without opening it.
Aye, the whole reason we're in this mess. Trinkets for some rich tosser in Baldur's Gate. He gets his shiny baubles. We get a handful of Tarenths.
Tarenths are the currency of a merchant network called the Centaurim. Led by the mysterious Perigost of Darkhold, their dealings are far from scrupulous.
You know who we are. Very clever. And you probably also know it's not smart to interfere with Zent business. This is the point when a clever lass like you accepts my gratitude and walks away.
Like I said, I think the rewards are better for letting them return the shipment.
Well then, it's our lucky day after all. The rest of our crew...
Mind Flayer Parasite.
You're still alive. That's lucky.
It's a bunch of stuff inside the cave to get to. Take a short rest though. Ooh. All kinds of goodies. What does this do? Didn't mean to close that. Getting a lot of food today. Just a flower in this blood-soaked hellscape. It's great. Alright, let's go inside the cave for goodies. Try not to set ourselves on fire. Oh, wait, nope, hyena ears.
That might be worth a look.
This is the shipment chest. Like I said, you can steal what's inside, you can pick up the whole chest and steal it. Pretty sure both of those will set off a fight with those two men, if they're still alive and they see you do it. And the reward really isn't worth it. You get much better stuff for letting them return the shipment. Or for returning it yourself. No, I really did want to do the bard option, but like I said, I really want them to return the shipment, so I don't want to take it. Not enough space. Not enough space. I jumped from over there. I'm not going to be able to get back. I hate it when this happens.
Action, not reaction.
Lae'zel, help.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Sure hope the rest of you can figure that out. They can't. I've trapped them over there for all eternity. Oh wait, I should... Don't jump down here. You two. I knew she was going to do that. Very unfortunate. We are just gonna have to do this the hard way. Oh. Shadowheart has my potions. Well, this is awkward.
Let's move.
We'll just have to do this. You did miss something. I guess you weren't here for the start of stream. I swapped Shadowheart for Will because the direction we're going today, and maybe the next stream or two, is part of Will's personal quest, and I thought he should come. Honestly, it probably would have been better to swap Astarion for Will, but let's be realistic, Astarion's not leaving the party anytime soon. So I swapped the healer for Will, and miraculously we haven't died without the healer. And now we're just going to quietly walk back to the cave where we were and pretend we never got ourselves stuck on a little cliff. Is it? It's not exactly this way. It's kind of this way. Here we go. Oh my gosh, a cave! Is this from the other side? Yeah, that's from the other side. Alright, now with less getting ourselves trapped on tiny little ledges. Wow, Rugen and his buddy cleared out fast. I would have thought it would take at least a long rest for them to disappear. I didn't want the bedroll. Oh, it was rope. I didn't want the rope either. Give it back. I was trying to open the backpack. It's full of booze. I think there is a... If you could move... Thank you. Trapped chest over here? Someone noticed the trap. Ow. It's not the kind of trap I thought was over here.
A crooked touch.
What does this do? Ooh. We're gonna hold on to those.
What to do?
All right. Now there's going to be even more trying not to blow myself up down the other side of the cage, because I think this side of the cave is full of traps. I'm going to try not to kill the whole party. Not this part. The path down there. Bellatrix is about to encumber herself from all the alcohol she's carrying, I swear. We'll have to dump that on Lae'zel at some point. You see that rock up there? If you're not careful, you can have an Indiana Jones moment here. Traps. Traps all the way down. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wiggle my way out between this rock. Nope. We'll have to go out the main exit. No, Charlie's being a good girl. All of my animals are behaving themselves for the moment. If there's noise, it's either in the game or a neighbor's animal, but I don't hear any of my neighbor's animals. If Bellatrix can make it, so can you too.
Keep a blade close.
Where am I needed?
Honestly, boys. It's the other downside to not having Shadowheart in the party. I basically have Noodle Arms the party aside from Lae'zel right now. Alright. We're gonna keep going this way now. I think there's... Oh, there's even more blood and guts that way. Can I get down without hurting myself? No. What if I went this way? There we go. Oh, it's not that high. Come on, you got it. There you go. Sure would have been handy to have that waypoint before I had to teleport all the way back there. Oh, there are bodies everywhere. Ominous autosave. Oops.
It's always a pleasure to see you sauntering over.
Isn't it though? Hear voices in there. I think this is a continuation of a path.
Those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
There are so many dead gnolls. And then that's... Yep, this is where we originally fought the gnolls. So we'll go in this house up here. We heard some voices before. Well, we're not getting in that way, are we? Hello?
Who's there? Please, keep your distance. You're welcome to shelter here, but we've grave injuries to tend to.
Who, or what, attacked you?
A devil. The most deadly foe we've yet encountered. We are paladins of Tyr, Lord of Justice. He sent us after an infernal being, straight out of the Nine Hells, hiding in the form of a one-horned tiefling.
One horn? Then you mean Karlach, Archdevil's bootlicker.
You know her, which means you know what the Fiend is capable of. She slaughtered countless refugees fleeing the Absolute. Yesterday, she butchered an entire family without mercy. We were lucky to survive our encounter with her.
Oh, failed religion check. I'm actually not sure what that religion check would have given me. I usually find Karlach before I talk to these guys. I've been called a devil before. Are you sure this tiefling is what you say?
The Fiend may have been a tiefling once, but she belongs to Avernus now. I wish it were not so. And I bear no grudge against your people.
Where is she?
She ran toward the river when she saw we were merely wounded, not dead. Down the hill from here. She must pay for her crimes. If you capture her, you will have served Tyr where we could not. This is the sword of justice, blessed by Tyr. I've wielded it since I swore my oath. It's all I have, but it's yours if you stop her. Bring me her head, and Tyr will consider her crimes repaid.
I'll think about it.
God guide you.
I was going to say something and I can't remember what. Oh yeah, Tyr. Tyr is actually a Norse god. We'll go down this hatch later.
If you want to go poking around in the cellar, be my guest. Plug your nose first, though.
Why? What's down there?
Corpse, half rotted to mush.
Ew.
Must have been down there a 10-day or more.
It's a nice place to hole up. What is it?
It was a toll house. By the time we arrived, it was more like a slaughterhouse. There's more monsters than coin moving down this road.
Seen any gold?
There's a locked door down the hatch. Doesn't look like anyone's managed to get in. If there's any gold left, that's where it'll be.
Alright. Can actually find a key for the locked door down there. That's why we're not going down there yet. But yeah, Tyr is actually a Norse god. I'm pretty sure Tyr is the one who got his hand bitten off by Fenrir, one of Loki's sons. Oh my gosh, a baguette. Can't reach this. Picks up baguette. There was a woman standing here. Where did she go? I'm not crazy, right? Wasn't she standing right here? I mean, I am crazy. There she is.
Need any supplies? We've fewer mouths to feed now. 2. Both stalwarts of Tyr, sworn to uphold justice.
Let's see if their stories matched.
The Lord of Justice sent us after a devil haunting this area. We squared off against her. We lost. Talk to Anders if you want the details. I don't have it in me to recount the horror.
Well, let's trade. Anders does have 18 strength. It's actually really hard to fight him sometimes. It's can be a really rough battle. Well, there's a little bit more to Tyr's story than that. I've heard it told that Tyr was like the wolf's keeper, that he would feed the wolf sometimes, so Fenrir trusted him and bit him when that trust was betrayed. Because I think Tyr like calmed him so the other gods could bind him. Myth. Norse myth.
In Tyr's name.
Okay. One of my other cats is wailing now. He's really quiet. I doubt you guys can hear him though. And this body is one that we can talk to, so let's do that. I have no idea. Oh, actually, I do know where the other person they lost. It's out on the bridge with the other dead gnoll bodies.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Infernal servant. So long I've forgotten. Why?
Infernal.
Brute destroyed me.
How did you kill a pack of gnolls?
The pact. Power.
So this must have been a warlock too.
Fallen. Lady Zariel. Power. Strength.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
So, all the live people here say they're paladins of Tyr hunting a deadly devil. The dead man, who cannot lie, says he has a pact with the devil Zariel and was hunting.
Are we really going to hunt a devil on their behalf?
I had really hoped we were above base pursuits like
monster hunting.
Well, perhaps we should find Karlak and hear her side of the story. Hey, another dead body.
How delicious.
Dead bodies everywhere.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Vance. Toll collector.
Ah. So he must have been one of the people who lived in the toll house before it was taken over by these paladins of Tyr.
Jumped. To escape. Broken.
Well, why didn't you use the ladder, honey?
Anywhere. Away. Safety.
You did a bad job. Did you have any valuables?
Gold. Basement. Locked.
And, where's the key?
I fell. Dropped key.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
What do I think of Karlak as a character? I actually like Karlak a lot.
Bad as it could have.
She's fun. She's pretty good to play as. Oh hey, it's the Toll Collector's key. She's entertaining. I like Karlak a lot. And there she is.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
You're the devil we've been hunting. Karlak, right?
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlak's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
I don't know if you can lie with the tadpole like that.
I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did.
When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Will!
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Gods, you're stubborn. Karlak's not a devil and you know it.
Listen to sense now. I don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlak, but you already knew that. And you are...
Everybody did like that, including Will, you may have noticed, the person I was trying to convince. I also just realized Will has a rapier, despite the fact that he's equipped with a spear right now. I am Bellatrix.
Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
Karlak is a tiefling. A huge tiefling. So let's send these so-called paladins of Tyr back where they came from.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by their short hairs. Sound good?
Sounds like a great plan.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Oh, Will has something to say. Now, if you don't bring Will with you when you find Karlak, you'll have the encounter between the two of them at camp instead of here.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Lay it out plainly, Will.
It means that a reckoning's coming. And I'll be the one to pay up.
What manner of hero is so shrouded in secrets?
I have never called myself hero. But I am bound to an oath. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Let's swing by the camp real quick. I warped in standing right next to Karlak. I was not ready for that.
Karlak's got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect.
Absolutely. Wait for me here.
You believe you can survive without me?
Honestly, no.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
But I want to take Karlak for the Paladin of Tyr fight.
What can I do you for?
You can ask her about all of these things, but she will not talk to you until after you beat the Paladins of Tyr. Except maybe this one.
Fuck yes.
Though asking her more about the Paladins of Tyr.
What's cooking?
So Karlach's a barbarian. It's a lot like fighter. It's a melee class. Except barbarians can rage, which grants them resistance to physical damage, extra attack, things like that. We're gonna do a berserker barbarian, I think, for her. The other two, one gives you magic, and one gives you like animal-based abilities. I usually do Wild Heart for her, but we'll do berserker because it's not what I usually do. Okay, one of my cats is going absolutely bananas. Extra attack. This is also the reason I kept those gloves. They're intended for barbarians. When the wearer chooses to end their rage, they gain 15 temporary hit points. We're going to give those to Karlach. Me take a look in my traveler's chest and see if I have any other better equipment for her. I don't think I do, but just in case. Nope.
Still alive. So
all right. I kind of want to keep Will in the party. Fighting the Paladins of Tyr can be a really rough fight, so hopefully the fact that I don't have my regular healer won't make the fight impossible. But let's, no, Karlach is not smart at all. She doesn't need to be smart, though. But let's talk to everybody else and see if they have thoughts on Karlach.
I thought we were going to see some real sparks fly between Will and Karlach. It's almost a pity things ended so amicably. Seeing those two duke it out would be fun.
That is actually an option. You can kill Karlach and give her head to the Paladins of Tyr and get that guy's sword. That is, in fact, something you can do.
Well met.
If you want to, you know, be a monster.
Devil and devil hunter standing shoulder to shoulder against a common enemy. Rather poetic, I think.
Rather poetic indeed. I think that just leaves Shadowheart.
Karlach and Will seem to have put their differences aside. I thought it was going to come to blows for a moment.
Pretty sure that helmet's supposed to be hidden. That happens a lot with people who are in camp. If they're wearing equipment that's supposed to be hidden, it'll just appear after a long rest. Killing the guy and taking his sword is in fact another way to get his sword, yes. But like I said, he can be really tough. Are you?
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of the burners. It's incredible.
All right, just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
We're gonna go along the river for a little bit before we go back up to the house.
Hang on. Those paladins I need to stop are that away.
I know, honey.
Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right? Can't leave Zariel's bruisers roaming the coast.
Yes.
Good news. Can't wait to see him finished.
All right, then. I just want to... It's not really a good time to come along the bottom of the river here, and I just want to make sure we do it. Because there's a couple of things down here. One of my cats is taunting my dog, so if you can hear thumping and growling, it's my dog very mad at my cat.
Let's get going.
Cody, stop tormenting the dog. Rock with a bloodstone under it. This is what I was looking for, these two skeletons.
Soldiers at rest. I bet those bones have some stories to tell.
There are Harper and Druid symbols in their equipment. An interesting pair.
So if you recognize this as a Harper and a Druid with someone as the Sage background, it actually gives you inspiration. And this puts us back up where that original Knoll fight was. Because I don't think I can go any further along the riverbed. No. Alright, let's go fight the Paladins of Tyr. Cody's also the cat that was walking around the house crying today, so I guess he's feeling spicy. Cody, don't bonk the headphones. Alright. Let's get ready for this. We're gonna quick save first, because I don't feel like dying today.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
If you had Karlach and decided to destroy the Tiefling camp, Karlach will leave. Karlach will also not join you if you've destroyed the Tieflings. Karlach and murdering everybody in the Druid Grove are incompatible. Will and murdering everybody in the Druid Grove are also incompatible. You can drop the act.
Zariel? Certainly not. We serve Tyr, Lord of Justice, and no other. Please, mercy. Half of us are badly injured, the other half dead. I admit, we ambushed you. An assignment from our god, Tyr. We thought you a devil, and with your flames you proved us right. But Tyr will not consign us to our death. He is merciful. Leave us, and we'll leave you.
In the Shade.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlach, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Woo! I think Karlach's angry. Bellatrix is blocking the door, which is annoying. And probably going to get Astarion killed, since now he has to be in here. Ow. Oh, I I hate being hunter's marked.
Don't waste a step.
Come hang out with Astarion. See if we can get him to drop his sword. Yes!
Ready for another round?
Here we go. This is our option to rage. Just going to very quickly swap some things around. Just because if things aren't where I want them to be, I will screw up and hit the wrong button. There's this weird growly noise that I think Karlach is making that's actually really disturbing. This reckless attack actually gives you advantage on all of your attacks. It's comes at the cost of having everybody else having advantage on you, but that's fine. Are we good? Almost. But I was just turning it on for all time. And now that he's dead, the rest of this should be a lot easier. Taking your sword too, man. It said must be enraged. Oh, I hate hold person. I just said this should be easier. I was about to call Will useless, but he did at least break her concentration, so there is that. Astarion with the critical hits today.
Let's go.
Go up the ladder so no one smushes you. Ow.
I got one.
Killed by the creepy whispers in your ear.
Boom.
Oh, that was with advantage. There you go. Something else about Karlach, you can actually use the soul coins you've been picking up with her. She'll tell you herself, but I'm saying it because she's not going to be in the party for very long, and I don't know if she will before I take her out of the party. But it gives her a power-up in battle, and it's a bonus action to use one of the soul coins.
Delicious.
You know, this battle usually gives me a lot of trouble.
Fuck them. Fuck Zariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Easy, Karlach. Those flames are getting big.
Not big enough. Now get out before you get hurt. Now!
Oh god. Just gonna stand at the base of the steps here. Quietly smolder on fire. She'll be fine. She needs a minute.
Hello, beautiful. Karlach's all fire and fury. I pray to the Triad it doesn't consume her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. She'll come back eventually. That one wasn't fire damaged, so I think, are we good? Are you good?
That ought to do it. Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots.
Ignot.
Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Hot.
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down.
How the hells did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
That would be Damon. But he's not here anymore.
Thanking you. A tune-up would give this rust box of mine a new lease of life.
So if he is still here, like if you haven't finished the Grove quest yet, you can take Karlach to him for a tune-up. He's not there, so we'll have to find him somewhere else. From what I've read, Karlach should be fine. Everything in here is scorched.
Well, well, well.
Let's actually have a look at that sword. Protect a creature from attackers, increase its armor class by 2 until long rest. Karlach, why don't you use his sword? Ooh, it's better than a plain great axe.
Can't give up now.
Murdered him and took his sword. And I can take back all the stuff I sold to this lady and sell it again. I regret nothing. Alright. And now that we have the toll house key, let's go down here.
That body's so ripe, I'd need to drink the blood with a fork.
Astarion, ew! Karlach in romance is actually really interesting. You can't touch Karlach until you get her engine fixed. So her romance scene in Act 1 is just talking. After you get her engine fixed, you can sleep with her. But if you're playing her as an origin character, there are actually special, unique scenes between like her and Astarion or her and Lae'zel because they can't touch in their Act 1 romance scenes, which are traditionally sleeping together. It's really funny if you romance Astarion as Karlach because he's like super frustrated he can't sleep with you and has no idea how to manipulate you in his Act 1 romance scene.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
When I go back up, I'll see if I can talk to Anders, but the other two bodies weren't talkable.
Toll collector, Martin.
Why are you in the basement?
Hiding. Frightened. Goblins. Laughing. Cutting.
Oh, I didn't see any goblin bodies.
Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Looking ahead.
And here is the vault. Actually, Astarion, you lead.
Be careful.
And that's why.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
I think these are vents, so I think that's okay.
Something over there.
Only need to disarm
Traps. How considerate.
things that would set off the vents, not the vents themselves. Why can't you talk to the other bodies? I don't know. They have nothing to say.
This place is trapped.
Yeah, like I could use the spell on them, but the narrator would just be like, the corpse has nothing to say. Or the corpse does not respond.
Don't mind if I do.
Wanted the wooden chest and the traveler's chest. I think those are the only things that might actually have something decent in them. There we go. Yeah, go bars. And gold. Straight gold, yes please. Just stealing from an abandoned toll house. Padded armor, broken club, light hammer, locked door. Oh, it wasn't even locked.
There are traps about.
A pout. Oh, a mug of beer. And a pitcher of beer. So much booze today. Alright. Oh, this actually took me a minute to figure out. If you sit in this chair...
Seems I've done something, but not enough.
Click.
I'd love to, thanks.
So if you come over here and sit in the other chair...
At least things have stayed interesting.
Haha! Oh god. This is what I get for not disabling the vents. Everything's fine. I'll fix it in a minute. You can't speak to skeletons. Funny thing about talking to dead people, they need a voice box to talk. Ah, that's obnoxious. I like how Will and Karlach are just slowly dying because they won't get up. There we go. I didn't mean to pick that up. I was trying to target the vent, but I think, did I already disable that one? No? Just going to very quickly take everything in here, and then we'll get out of here. Probably going to end up encumbering Astarion. Not the shields. I don't think the shields sell for very much. everyone will be fine. Ooh! Gloves of Heroism. Channel Oath is a paladin thing, so we'll sell these. Because I don't think we'll have any paladins this playthrough.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Alright, kids, let's get out of here before the fact that I was stupid and set off all the traps kills us.
Watch your back.
I was gonna say, Astarian, get out of the door. A pleasure to write a play. Yep, Anders also doesn't have anything to say. See how the body's not glowing green? If they have something to say besides the narrator telling you, the corpse has nothing to say, or the corpse remains silent, they'll glow green if you've already used Speak with Dead.
Everywhere. Accident or sabotage?
There is no bodies.
That's curious.
Well done, Astarian. Alright. Have so much loot now. Just gonna... Oh, not that. He's wearing that. Add a bunch of this to my wares so I can sell it later. And send these things to the camp. I was just making sure I didn't have Astarian's armor selected, because I have 100% accidentally sold my armor by marking it as wares before. Let's go back to camp. And talk to Karlak.
Why are we slowing down?
Why are we slowing down?
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlak, a knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
The stories, indeed. You should tell them.
I'll mete out the best ones bit by bit, so you always have a reason to keep me around. Clever, right?
So clever. You mentioned a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
Oh, poor Karlak. So many options. Let's just start at the top. What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control.
If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
You must be pent up.
I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today.
I wasn't done.
Heya.
Heya. In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
What do you know about the city of Elturel falling into Avernus?
Wasn't all that long ago. I never knew the whole of how and why, but I remember the devils slavering with delight. I should have looked after the Elturans more. Gone out of my way to make sure they were all right. The long and short of it was, I didn't want to risk my neck. I let them get on with the nightmare, same as I had to. But Avernus is no place for decent folk. I'm glad they got out. So glad.
So yeah, killing all the tieflings does not go over well with Karlach. This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
What would I be doing? This one.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of trouble to throw ourselves at.
I still wasn't done.
Yeah?
We did meet someone.
Well now, maybe I could make his acquaintance. Titan screw or two might let me keep a little calmer. Maybe even manage a pat or bump without burning someone to death. It's been a long time.
10 years, right? 10 years not being able to touch anyone. Ever. Now that those paladins are out of your way, what's next on your agenda?
First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right?
Well, it is now. Alright.
Sounds boring.
Yes, it does, but please stay here.
Oh, fine. I'll be here eating dirt or whatever.
Karlach and Will were with the party very briefly. We'll probably do some more with them later, but for now, I want my healer and my Githyanki back.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready.
Of course he does.
And just when things were warming up.
Isn't it glorious? Karlach's fury is a wonder to behold.
Lae'zel really likes Karlach.
It is done.
Shadowheart should have a level up when I add her back, since everybody else did.
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out. May the darkness protect you. All right, some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
I was correct.
Wits and blades, always sharp.
All right. You don't need speak with dead, honey. We have that from an amulet, and Astarion has it, like, always. Ooh. Spirit Guardians is a really good spell, as is, Mass Healing Word. See what I tell you. You have this from an amulet. You don't need to waste a prepared spell on it. There we go.
Let's get going.
Alright. Let's go ahead and take a long rest. Actually, let me talk to Gale real quick. Oh, hi, Scratch.
Scratch's tail wags enthusiastically. Scratch's tongue lolls out happily, his tail wagging even faster.
Astarion can't disguise himself yet. Also, it doesn't matter still because Shadowheart has Speak with Dead on an amulet.
What's on your mind?
Well, Lae'zel and Shadowheart had something to say about Karlach's fury, and I thought you might. But you're boring, so never mind.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Well, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Just who in the nine hells are you?
Well, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
Real sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Well, Will, really, this is what you get for being a Pact of the Fiend warlock. But you better not lay a damned finger on Karlach.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, Keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Mizora's a delight. Will teleported away. Oh, we'll talk to Astarion last, because I'm not sure what that exclamation mark is.
Speak.
Really? You don't have... nothing? Alright. Oh, devil teleports into camp, and I have nothing to say about it. Do you have anything to say about it?
You wish to speak?
No. No, I don't.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells.
Well.
Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
I think that Arcana check is to say that Will got off easy for a Warlock pact. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do.
I'll say what I can, but it won't be enough. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
How in the hells did you get involved with Mizora?
The one little question that put me out of house and home. I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
I was not done talking to you. Also, if you haven't guessed, at the Tiefling party, if you've already seen this scene, Will is off sulking because he has horns and a forked tongue and looks like a devil. And I'm just like, Will, they're Tieflings. They don't care.
Well met.
How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
I see the Blade of Frontiers.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
There's gotta be a loophole in the contract. All contracts have loopholes, right?
There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Do you have anything to say?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
That's an odd response. Are ya having a good time there, Karlach?
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
You must be relieved.
Gobsmacked, really. But grateful. Really grateful. I could learn a thing or two from a man like that. Hopefully we won't turn into mind flayers first.
Anything else to say?
Hmm?
You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
All right. I'm pretty sure this little exclamation over Astarian's head is completely unrelated. I am correct.
A line with a fork and 1, 2, 3 dots. Bloody infernal. How was anyone meant to read this garbage?
It's easy for some of us.
What are you doing?
Enjoying the show. Offering to help? I can tell you what it says if you want.
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
The jagged script is definitely infernal, a language you know all too well. The lines describe oaths and the fires below, but the language is fragmented and strange. This is just a piece of a larger text.
And? What does it say?
No, we're not going to do that to him. It's not a poem. It might be part of a devil's pact.
Infernal pact? But not even the whole text. What was that bastard up to?
We should tell the others. They might be able to help.
No. No, let's keep this between ourselves. At least until we know what it means.
If it's part of a contract, where's the rest?
I wasn't his only spawn. And he tortured us all. I imagine each of us are carrying a piece of this infernal contract. But what could a devil have offered Cazador? He had wealth, power, control. What more could you want? Thank you, by the way. This is... well, it's something.
We'll figure it out. I promise.
Will we? How sweet.
This scene is actually really cute if you're not a tiefling, because I can read it. I'm a tiefling. I speak Infernal. But if you're not a tiefling, you can't read it, so you actually trace his scars in the dirt for him to see, so you two can interpret it together. It's really very cute.
It's always a pleasure to see you sauntering over. I was so hoping you'd say that. Until later, then.
Ha 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 ha. I guess we should talk to Shadowheart too. I'm almost certain she has nothing to say, though.
May the darkness protect you.
I am correct, and therefore we will just go to bed. Oh, all the scenes are happening tonight, apparently. This one's taking a suspiciously long time to load, though. There we go.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
Did you guys catch Bellatrix's arm warp through her leg at the start of the dream? I'm sorry, this is serious. I mean, it was worth a shot.
You needed to see for yourself. And now you have. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
What is the sickness?
The absolute sames are not yet clear to me, but its progress towards domination is clear. These parasites are more than a illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
So, who are you?
It's complicated. But I'm an adventurer, just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a mind flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, And I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells. They need me. I have to go.
What is going on over there?
The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Well, this has been a very eventful camping. Does anybody have anything to say?
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
To infiltrate the cult, we must be discreet. The tadpole can help us with that.
And if that fails, then there's always killing them quietly. Now, was there
always. No. I'm already bloodless. Don't feed on me again.
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the absolute cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift. A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
I mean, you're not wrong. I've definitely been using them, but I'm pretty sure this option gives me approval.
Well chosen. Battles are won with swords, not mind games born of brainworms. And there will come a battle. Of that I'm most certain. The one truth that fell out of the dream figure's cankered lips.
Yeah. These dreams linger in my memory. Do you think that strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
A greater monster. A greater monster. Yes. A greater master?
A question that burns in my belly day and night. Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
Yeah, but Lae'zel, are you sure?
This power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the Geich tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven.
Yeah, but we could... Oh, this is still a really, really high check. Let's try. Woo!
Perhaps you... No, that's absurd. When the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein, what am I to do then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power.
Yeah, but... Like, you're no good dead.
You might be right. The Githyanki have long studied Gaith and used what we've learned. The Zaithisk itself was devised from such knowledge. The tadpole is perhaps not just a curse, but a weapon I can twist and mold to my advantage. Very well. I will swallow my disgust and avail myself of the parasite's powers.
Woohoo! Okay, bye.
I had another dream last night. The visitor came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection. It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
They could indeed.
Very well. If it's mind games these parasites wish to play, we'll play. And we'll win.
You say that, but clearly I still need to convince you.
Powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you've taken a lithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
Well, you've already made a deal with a devil, so how much worse can it get for you?
Yes, I suppose we should. Though I'm more than a bit wary. Still, I am the frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
Good for you.
I've been dreaming of our enigmatic visitor again. She told me our purpose was to take on this cult of the Absolute, to infiltrate its ranks and bring it down from the inside. She even offered me greater powers, the result of some manipulation of the tadpole's psionic abilities. Given the magnitude of what we're up against, I see no harm in considering the benefit this offer might afford us. Could be the only way to reach this source in one piece.
Gale requires no convincing.
As existential evils go, the Absolute certainly seems an adversary worth holding in its tracks. Any opportunities for us to indulge our tadpole's capabilities are hardly on the same scale. Trifles, when one considers the bigger picture.
Trifles indeed.
Another visit from the Golden Paladin. It said we'll get the answers we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
I'm not sure, but if we can use the tadpoles for good before extracting them, it could be worth it.
Could be. But I'm not sure either. And I'd rather rely on our wits and our weapons than a tadpole that could be up to anything in there.
I don't know Karlak very well yet, so I'm not going to try to convince her, because I met her yesterday. I have known you for one day. Permit the worm eating your brain to eat your brain more.
I had another dream. which I suppose means you did as well. Whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Absolute, but wants us to embrace the tadpole. Venture right into the heart of the cult. Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap.
Or both, or neither, or who knows, really. So, we did a lot of personal quest stuff. We had a very eventful night, and I'm about out of time for today. So we'll stop here, and next time we'll continue making our way to the Githyanki Crash. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.